Good evening and welcome back to the channel. And welcome back to Golden Lap. We're here for another race, another episode here today, guys. And we're at Fake Monza. We're at Potenza. And we're going to have another race here today after another double DNF in the last race. We are seriously needing a little bit of luck to go our way. And this time we're not going to make that mistake we made last time. And we're going to send them out on the slick tires. And to be fair, it doesn't look like it's going to be that wet, so maybe there's a period of time where you will be. Or what are we going at times 8? Actually, no, times 8 is fine for the lap times. Yeah, that's cool. Times 4 is probably better. Max sets the fastest lap. Look at that. Wowza. And we will now be able to do a little bit of tuning. So what have we got? A 4 and a 4 is okay. 2 and a 5 and a 2 and a 5. Another 4 and a 4. 3 and a 3. And that leaves us with just that. We'll go out on the softs once again and then work on Romano's car. So what do we got? We got a 2 and a 5, 3 and a yeah. Now we've got a bit of a risk, so we're going to go for the 4 and a 2, and it gets us 9. That's good. That's good. And a 5 and a 4 gets us 12. That's also good. So that was actually pretty dang good there for Romano's car. Don't forget, we did throw some upgrades on the car before that Brazil race that went... I don't know, it was really, really odd. It was really, really odd that that race was another double DNF because we weren't pushing the cars and we were being sensible and stuff like that, but it just didn't seem to happen for us. Which is, you know, I guess sometimes that's just how it's going to be. You're gonna kind of get a bit of bad luck like that. But, you know, it is what it is. We were hoping for a little bit better. Okay, what do we got now? We got a 2 and a 5. And then a 1. Or 5 and a 4. We risk it and we get 12. Nice. We'll go for this one. And it was a 3. That was also a great one to go for. Confirm. And Romano, how about your car? So, a 1 and a 2. 2 and a 5. A 4 and a 5. Nice. A 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6. We'll go for that. And oh, we only get 6. Dang it. Another 5 and a 6. And that one was a little bit better. We go out again. Still plenty of time in this session. We are really, really hoping this time we can get a double golden tune for both of our drivers. We are a little bit at the back right now, though, which isn't ideal. Because as I've been saying, like most of the season, we're going to try and be pushing into the points finishes. And you never know, last race, if we didn't have those DNFs, there was a genuine chance for us to get some points finishes that were higher than just the 10th place, but it didn't end up happening, so we've got to move on. A 3 and a 4, we'll go for it. Nice. A 4 and a 4, we'll go for it. Nice. 2 and a 5, a 2 and a 4, a 4 and a 5, 1 and a 3, and that's a golden tune on the chassis, and then a 2 on the engine. So the engine is really kind of lacking at the minute for Vitali, but that's all right. Now, Romano, what are we looking at? A 4 and a 5. Awesome. Everything else is a bit rough, so we're going to gamble, and we did do well. There we go. We gambled on it, and it worked. We'll also do the same over here. And, oh! We just spent 5 points on a 1. That was rough. Romano, that was rough. But look at that. Vitali's up in 11th right now. The gap is quite significant to the next cars, but... you never know. We put in a good couple of laps. I want green sectors here. There we go. There's a green. Down into 16th. And the jump up is going to be 13th. And Romano goes to 16th as well. So you can kind of tell where we are, where our level is at. It's basically in this area here. Competing for points, but not really... well, not competing for wins, basically. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, there we go. Okie dokes. And we'll go with the soft tire again. And now, Romano, your turn. That was good. We don't want to over-tune down here, so we'll probably leave that for now and focus on the others. Nice. Okay. Yeah, we don't want to overtune that steering, so we'll see what we get on the next kind of run through. It looks like we've got maybe 5 or 6 laps left in this quali, and if it does get a little bit drier at the end and the temperature, the track temp, or is that track temp or is that? I think that's track temp, or maybe that's like the level of rubber down. Unfortunately, we weren't able to improve on Vitali's time because, well, we didn't actually get the opportunity to do much of a tune on him. There we go. That's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. Get the engine tuned up just a tad. And now Romano, again, we're trying to get that perfect tune. There we go. There it is. Nice. Okay. It's not great. Let's go with the 0 and 5. 0 and 5. Oof. That's rough. That's rough. I'm worried that Romano's not going to get the best tuning out of his car, but there's still so much time. I'm sure we will. It's just a bit of a waiting game. Let's see what happens here with Vitali. First sector, white. Dang it. It's all white sectors because it's getting a little bit wet. But that surface water is actually going to start disappearing quite soon, so the lap times will drop again. We should see some more green sectors over here. Okay. There we go. That's a perfect, almost into the red, but we just managed to avoid it. Let's go for a big tuning session over here. And there we go. Golden tune is what we end up getting. That's perfect. And now Romano, what about yourself? Not bad. Not great. Better. There we go. Perfect. Okay, we got the chassis for Romano. And because of this very short lap time of only 120, you're obviously getting more laps in, which means you're able to tune 3 or 4 more times than in the other longer tracks. Even though we're still unable to improve on our lap times just yet. But there's a couple of greens, and now the greens do look like they are appearing. So Vitali, just straight away, out you go. No hanging about, which is not the worst thing to be doing. And 60. Oh, don't do that. Go for this one. And that one. 77. And there's the golden tune. And that was when there was some rain actually coming down as well, isn't it? So it's going to get... Yeah, there we go. You can see the sun is going to come out or kind of creep out behind the clouds. So it's going to be a bit of a shootout. In fact, it's going to be a bit of a shootout. There we go. Green sectors. That's what we're after. Vitali up to 11th, Romano up to 14th. That's much better. We're still 5 seconds behind. And we'll see what Kekkonen does here, actually. There he is. Coming round now. Kekkonen goes into 10th. There we go. The gap is starting to increase. But we'll keep going. We'll keep going and we'll keep doing what we're doing. Let's speed things up just a tad. Get through the lap times here. Green sectors all around. Vitali up to 12th. Romano goes up to 12th. Would you look at that? They basically matched each other there for speed, for time. Literally, look at that. It's very similar. And off you go for another lap. A 10th lap. Wowza, that's a lot of laps in a quali session. But let's see if this shootout does work. I mean, that shows that our upgrades have put us a little bit higher up the pecking order. We're able to get some positions. 16, 17, and maybe even with another tuning, more green sectors. 12th, and Romano goes only 15th. Okay, but 13 actually. 13th actually, so Vitali will start in 13th, which isn't so bad. Not bad at all, in fact. That might be the best we have qualified. It might be the best we've qualified all season, actually. Let's get home. There you go. Ryan was taking the long way round. Awesome stuff. Okay, well, we start up in 13th, and this is definitely... Well, you've got to be thinking, look at Rossingvist. Really must have had an upgrade. Must have had an upgrade. To be up there in 9th, beating both of the Hemlock and Laframboise. That's crazy. That's nuts. That's bonkers. Okay, we're going to do the same kind of tactic we tend to go for, which is hard tire for our second choice Well, the driver who is a little bit slower. That's 4, that's 5, and away we go. And Vitali is up into 11th. Nicely done. Can you get into the points early doors, though? That would be awesome. It doesn't look like it's going to be easy to do that, though. So we're going to move the screen over. Vitali's in the points. There he goes. But look at the gap all the way up to Moretti and Ryan. They must have had a tussle early doors. Romano in 13th. Make that 12th. But if Vitali and Romano could just find a bit of space, find a bit of empty air. There they are, 10th and 11th. Let's calm them down just a tad now. And we're going to tell Romano not to try and make the overtake. In fact, Campbell has just gone back past Romano. So let's speed things up again. Get that 11th place back. And we'll even watch it. There we go. We didn't even get the chance to watch it. Let's go and calm it down again. And I mean, there is the potential for a one stop here, and you just go straight back onto the hard tyre. That might not actually be the worst idea. Chasing Rosenqvist is probably going to be tough. Let's go. I do not want to lose a position out to Villalba. Try and get it out to a second gap. There it is. There's a bit of a gap. Actually, not really. Kekkonen is now there. Okay, but calm it down again. Oh, okay. You can somewhat see the relatively clear divide between the front of the pack, you know, and the second half. It is more or less a 9th and onward. There's a yellow flag. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for the pit stop with Vitali. Gonna speed things up just a bit here, and we're gonna pit under the yellow flag, knowing that it does mean we're going to come out into some open air. But it does... I don't think we could do a one-stop. That would be a little bit too much. Look at that. Laframboise has the same ideas. As does Rosenqvist. Comes into the pits under the yellow flag. Gets a freebie. Except Rosenqvist has actually dropped all the way back down to us, which is a lot of positions lost. But again, they go onto the hard tyre, and Laframboise did the same thing onto the hard tyre. It does, in my opinion, it makes sense. Go onto the hard tyre on a free pit stop and try and stretch the tyre out as much as you can. But, you know, like there's an option there to do that. And already Vitali is up into 16th, having made that stop, and any cars up ahead mean that we are going to get more positions just from cars pitting. So let's see what happens here. Romano's having a fight with Fonseca. That's all right. Don't really worry about that. That's not really your race right now. It's still so early in the race that we're just going to have to try and play a bit of the waiting game. Vitali is just faster as well than the cars in front. It would seem like it does look like he's getting that gap down without even worrying about it. It's down to 2 seconds now. If Vitali could get past Fischer and Steiner... Oh, there's one of them gone because Steiner's gone into the pits. Now it's Larousse and Fischer. Larousse has gone past Fischer and probably will go past Romano. There's another position. Yeah, I mean, that yellow flag early doors has kind of had a bit of an influence. A bit of an influence on the tactics that I think I'm going to be working with here. I'm ahead of both of those cars. Look at that, Villalba and Kekkonen. They're well behind us right now. We are in pretty good position. Let's get Vitali ahead of Fischer. There we go. That did not take long at all. Calm it down again. And start moving forward. There are still cars ahead of Vitali that have not pitted. And Vitali, when he catches up to Romano, will actually be let through as well. So that'll be an interesting tactic as well. Yeah, there we go. Romano's let him go. Vitali is now a little bit clear, actually, in terms of Kekkonen and Villalba. They're way back. They're way back. And if Romano could hold them up, that would be very nice. In fact, Romano's going to do one more lap. Maybe, okay, maybe one more lap as well. Go onto the hard tyre and just go to the end of the race. There's no need to... Oh, actually, maybe the medium... Oh, no, the hard tyre will do it. Okay. And then if we're looking at... What lap do we reckon? Maybe lap 29, 28. 28 for Vitali to go in for his stop. The gap is still looking pretty healthy back to Kokkonen. Almost 10 seconds. Very, very nice. We're in a pretty dang good position here. And look at that. Cars at the front haven't pitted yet. Would you believe it? They're still running their hard tyre. It must be running it into the ground. Oh my word. Let's speed things up. They must be coming into the pits soon. There we go. There's one. But still not the others. That's kind of crazy. You've got a pit, no? How is their hard tyre doing this? There we go. Okay. It's only Levi Mack at the front now who isn't. And there he goes, finally. That's the last pit stop. Okay, what lap are we on? We're on 29. I think... Gap is still there at 4 seconds. Let's... Oh, 9th place for Vitali because of a pit stop. The soft tire is not going to do it. We're going to go to the medium. And that's our actual pit stops done. Unless they're, if there are yellow flags, it means we can just push the cars even further. 4.8 and 4.5. Let's go into full engine mode and see what that does. It does. Yes, lovely. That is going to... Brilliant. There we go. Okay, we're in full engine mode, 13th and 14th. Vitali's out in front. We're done with our pit stops. We are actually done. And now it's just going to be pushing the tyres. Oh, Vitali. It should be close. It should be close. But we're going to push the tyres and then calm down and just kind of rotate it on the stress levels as we try and get some positions up here. There is a chance, however slim, there is a chance for a double points finish in this race. And that would be quite something. Oh, I'm saying there's a chance. There is a chance. Okay, let's calm it down again. Get those stress levels back to green and just keep going. There is always a crash chance. We know that, but we've got to try and push the cars and make some positions up on the track. Where's the big gap? It looks like that is the big gap. Fonseca. Because there are cars... But then again, there are still cars up there who've only made one stop. And the hard tyre is not going to go to the end of the race. There is no chance. We push again. Vitali and Romano, we push again. Look, there they are. Acosta and Fonseca not far ahead. And there is 10th place, which is Maldonado. Just going... Actually, is also been lapped. So let's see. 3.6 is the gap right now. 3.5. 3.2. 3.1, and we are definitely gaining on Acosta. And we're going to calm it down again. Strategically, just trying to put the pressure on and then calm it down and put the pressure on and try and build up. Vitali can't focus. You only just started the lap. What do you mean? You only just started the lap, lad. I think there's an overtake on the way here. Vitali is right on Acosta's gearbox. And the Fonseca is not far up the road. Kokkonen has to stop. So does Schaub, actually. And a lot of cars. And that is going to be positions up to 11th. Here we go. And that 10th place is definitely on now. Definitely on. There it is. Vitali takes the 10th place. And we'll push the cars again. We'll push the tyre wear. Because if there is any form of DNF or, mistake up ahead, we are going to be there to jump on it. And we're going to jump on it big time. Where is Maldonado? Maldonado and Rosenqvist are actually quite a way ahead. 23 seconds, in fact. 24 seconds, 22 seconds. It's going up and down. I can't judge it. But into the red, let's calm you down. Into the red, let's calm you down. Fonseca is still ahead of Romano at the moment. Yet we have timed it perfectly on the fuel. We have timed it almost perfectly on the fuel, in fact. I think that is our go-to tactic on the fueling. Just reserve, and then as the end of the race comes, just absolutely go full send and go for it. We've only got 1 lap left. Look at that. We're on lap 42 of 43. We've guaranteed points here with Vitali. Rosenqvist is too far up the road for us to really trouble him. But unless there is some kind of DNF to wrap things up here, that is how we're going to finish. So there is Levi Mack going around the last corner and finishes up. And that is going to be that. Okay. 15th, 3rd, 9th, 4th, 5th, 16th, 17th, 18th, all coming in. There is Von Heim at the back. And that is going to be that. So, 10th and 11th. Oh, and we did use every dry compound in the race. That must have been with both drivers, you know, together rather than anything else. But look at that. Romano did use the one stop, and so did those at the front. So that's really interesting that we were on the same strategy as the cars leading the way. Paul Woods gets 2nd place. Levi Mack and Luigi Moretti both on the podium for Etzelini. They extend their gap at the top. We take a point. However, Rosenqvist was ahead of us for Vernier, and that does mean that they are going to still be ahead of us in the yeah, look at that. It's going to be rough. It's going to be tough. We need both drivers in the points if we're going to get that 6th place off of Vernier. I think it's going to be tough. Rinaldi is back. Carlos Rodriguez will take another break. We have $9 in there at the minute. What do we do for an upgrade? What is the lowest on reliability? It's the 57 and the 57. And hopefully that'll be a bit of a push for us. Okay. Well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed today's episode. It was a little bit of a shorter episode because that race had very little like drama in it, I suppose. Levi Mack is absolutely wrecking it right now, just tearing it up. Paul Woods and Luigi Moretti desperately trying to chase him down. It's not really working, and Levi Mack is just running away with it. And, of course, Etzelini are also just running away with it. April, unfortunately, are still unable to get any points, even though they've had 3 drivers now. But, yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I do hope you enjoyed today's episode, and I shall catch you next time.